Hello there, this is the guy that spent 70,000 gems to be baited by Daddy Indris, and welcome to this AFK journey video. So yes, I actually spent 70,000 gems to get my Indris to Supreme Plus with EX15, thinking that hey, Indris is going to be good for Sigma, but turns out this unit is still... Yeah, so first of all, I think for Indris kit itself, this unit has a little bit of everything, like true damage, control, debuff as well as self buff, and at first glance I think he would be a pretty decent damage dealer. But I think one thing to consider for Indris is the physical attack nature, because physical attack teams on the bossing side tends to be on the weaker spectrum, right? They don't have some of the stronger teams, and some of the strongest units are like Harak, which is a mega carry himself, and you have Kruger, which is a debuffer, and that's pretty much it. Like most of the other units, they're either very universal buffer supports or very magical buffing support. So this is where I think Idris is in a very awkward position. Like I mentioned before in the previous Indris video, right? I think he's pretty mid, at least based on first impression. So on the VN server, right? So far, as of all the different bosses right now, there is no one boss which I think Indris particularly excel at. So like we have, for example, Crystal Beetle, we have Plague Creeper, we have our Talassa, not sure who is this, I think this is Illusia, Crayshell Brute, as well as our Neko Dragon. So none of this boss has anything that I think Indris has going for him. Like even against Sigmund right here, right? This unit over here, which is supposed to be good for debuffing units like Indris, it's not that good. Like I did a test, so I did release a video earlier, and this is the damage distribution, right, of let's say a Chimera Com over here. Okay, Chimera Body, and then we go into, for example, Indris right here. This is EX15 Indris. Okay, Supreme Plus with all the skill unlocked, 230, right? Compared to maybe the likes of, for example, Sinbad, which is technically also a DPS with a debuff, it doesn't have too big of a difference. Like, it's not spectacular. So on the Dream Realm side, Indris is usable, but as usual, like I mentioned before, if the unit is not meta, the unit is, you know, Midris here. Okay, so that's for the Dream Realm side. So moving to the next PvE content, which is AFK stages, which matters the most in the earlier stages of Season 4. For the AFK stages itself, I think Indris has two problems. One is the team building one, which I mentioned, his physical. So a lot of the really powerful early game teams, they're magical centric. So he does have magical defense debuff, but ideally you want to group him with physical units. So other units I can think of which you can combo with him would be Hodgkin right here, massive AoE damage with the latest Supreme Plus skill buff with even more physical defense reduction onto the enemies itself. But Hodgkin isn't like a meta AFK stage unit, so like yeah, you have a good unit, you have a good partner, but the partner is not that good for this game mode. Other physical damage dealers, like for example Kruger, like units like for example Harak is a massive mega carry, so like he is a carry that you build a team around. So like putting Indris in as a carry is tough, and I think if you're using Indris as a support slash debuffing unit, it's kind of wasted because he does have quite a fair bit of potential. So there's just a lot of problems for Indris in the AFK stage side, from team building to finding the right units to surviving to also pairing him with other units which are just better. So those are the different things with regards to the AFK stage. And even on my VN account, where I was able to push like 500 close to 600 over stages, I haven't seen too much of an Indris performance on the AFK stage side. So I can safely say at the very least in the early game, not so good as well. Yep, so that's pretty much it for this Indris PSA before you pull for him. Don't think he's good, at least right now. Might be good in the future if you have a lot of debuffers going for him, but if I were to base him off what he is right now, I will name him Midris too. Okay, so hopefully this video helped you guys to not sacrifice your gems like I did, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.